What is going on, guys? JD from New York, and we are literally less than 24 hours away from the Royal Rumble 2013 and the collision course that The Rock and CM Punk are on. It is going to be absolutely epic. And I'm here tonight on Saturday, the night before the Royal Rumble, just to give you guys some news and rumors for the week. Alright, I'm going to start off, I'm going to get right into it, guys. First of all, the Royal Rumble is going to take place tomorrow night. There's already two surprise entrants rumored. They're already in Phoenix, Arizona for the Royal Rumble. That is Shelton Benjamin and Carlito. Two very, very good mid-carders in the WWE. I don't know if they're going to be returning full-time, but they will be in the Royal Rumble match. Now, I hope they signed on full-time because Shelton Benjamin and Carlito can definitely iron out the mid-card problems that the WWE have right now. I love to see them back in the WWE. I was a fan of both guys, and they should definitely put on a good showing, especially Shelton Benjamin in the Royal Rumble. So look forward to that, guys. Now, as of this week, there was a lot of backstage talk about Monday's Raw. Now, it was acknowledged that the promos by CM Punk, Paul Heyman, and The Rock were all very good, and they were very good. Don't get me wrong. They were to build up the Royal Rumble, but besides that, the feeling is that the show sucked. Now, it was very, very bad. I will admit that the show was very, very bad. A lot of people were talking about especially how John Cena's promo was one of the worst parts of the show. Now, the promo by Punk was right on the money. I'm going to let you know right now, right on the money. The man is an absolute beast on the microphone. He's the best in the business when it comes to in-ring promos. The Rock was okay. He was very plain, very ordinary. Nothing stood out from his promo to Punk as Punk sat in the skybox. Punk had him beat. Okay? The beatdown by the Shield was excellent and was well done. And it should get their name buzzing a little bit again after a few weeks of doing nothing but the same thing over and over again with Ryback. Now, the Shield is banned from ringside for the match tomorrow night at the Royal Rumble between CM Punk and The Rock. They're banned from ringside. I was thinking maybe Brad Maddox will interfere because he is now receiving praise from Paul Heyman. But if you guys pay attention to WWE.com, they did an injury angle with Maddox and his cameraman. I was thinking maybe Lesnar interferes on Punk's behalf because he is aligned with Paul Heyman, obviously. But we never know with Lesnar. We could just see The Rock win clean, but I doubt that will happen. I still say Punk walks out of the Royal Rumble with the WWE Championship. As for Cena's promo, it was terrible. God-awful. The man who showed the intensity and the passion with his feud with The Rock last year at Wrestlemania can't seem to pull off a decent promo anymore. He used to be excellent with his in-ring promos. But this week, he was just downright embarrassing. He failed. That's it. Even ESPN chimed in and said this, and I quote, "The man used to be money on the mic, but his promo on Raw was seriously one of the most ridiculous, time-wasting experiences I've sat through in years. Curious to know whether his writers are really this out of touch or if Cena actually thinks he's being funny." That was pretty interesting. Next up, guys, the current storyline where The Miz is being pushed as the next Ric Flair was originally earmarked for Dolph Ziggler. Now, Ziggler, the idea with him going forward was to be more of a Flair protege, with Flair being his manager. But Ziggler was going to be given the figure 4 and doing the same gimmick The Miz is currently doing as a babyface. Regarding Ziggler turning babyface, it looks like those plans have been put on hold for the time being. I don't know how I feel about this. The Miz being a protege of Ric Flair really doesn't do anything for me. I can't seem to get on board with it. Ziggler's personality is best fit for this role, and I don't understand why WWE just didn't pull the trigger on aligning him with Flair instead of doing this whole AJ Big E Langston thing. Now, Flair works best as a heel as well, and that would have translated great going into Dolph Ziggler. That's just my opinion on that. Next up, guys, it's no secret that within the WWE, why Alberto Del Rio was received the World Heavyweight Championship. Okay, this all ties into Cain Velasquez winning the UFC Heavyweight Championship and doing a shockingly big number on pay-per-view. Now, Del Rio's title win happened about a week after the WWE became aware of that UFC show with Velasquez winning, and they were surprised that it did a lot better than expected going in. Now, I've always read reports that Vince McMahon doesn't care about UFC and that he doesn't watch UFC or view them as competition. Okay? I think Vince is full of shit. He has his eyes and the eyes of his goons everywhere. UFC and TNA. I can understand why they put the title on Del Rio if this is the case, but I don't understand why. I mean, like, what? It's not a big deal to me. I support that they want to make Del Rio a babyface, but let's face it, his character needed it. I mean, it absolutely needed it. Del Rio as a heel was going nowhere. And to be honest with you, this is just going to be a temporary thing if the rumors are true of a Sheamus vs. Randy Orton title match for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. I mean, it's just Del Rio is just in between Sheamus and Randy Orton right now. He's just holding that title until one of them actually gets it. Now, as for WrestleMania, guys, WWE has officially broached the possibility of Alberto Del Rio versus Dolph Ziggler at a match at WrestleMania 29, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Now, however, it was noted that the match may not necessarily be for the World Heavyweight Championship, currently held by Del Rio. I don't like it. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like it. I don't think Del Rio is that big of a babyface to pair him with Ziggler, especially in the New York City market. That New York, New Jersey crowd is going to be cheering heavily for Ziggler. Trust me. I think Ziggler needs to be champion going into WrestleMania, and I think everybody should forget about Alberto Del Rio, to be honest with you. Have Ziggler cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase, and have him come extremely close to winning the Royal Rumble, but not close enough. If you want a star, or in this case, an even bigger star in Ziggler, there you go. Just do what JD just said. He's going to be drawing number 1 or number 2, which means he's going to be in the Rumble from the beginning. Have him last close to an hour. Another story that just came out about WrestleMania also is that WWE's thinking about adding a gimmick-themed match to the pay-per-view in April. Now, PW Insider is reporting that there have been talks about bringing Money in the Bank back to WrestleMania this year. The report also states talks have come up and Ryback's name has been discussed as a leading candidate to win the briefcase if the match was to take place. Ryback has also still been linked to possibly having a match with the Big Show at WrestleMania 29. Now, I don't care what anybody says. Ryback versus Big Show is something I do not want to see at WrestleMania. It's not a WrestleMania attraction match. It's not a WrestleMania moment that I think Ryback should have. I don't think the Big Show should be on WrestleMania, period. I just fucking hate his character. I hate him being in the ring, period. But Ryback winning Money in the Bank, I can get along with that. I can go along with that. If it does happen this year, I really do expect Ryback to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. But we have to wait till the Royal Rumble, guys, because Ryback is still one of the top 3 favorites of mine to walk out of Phoenix as the Royal Rumble winner for 2013. As noted, WWE has offered Brock Lesnar another 1-year contract, guys. I actually reported this last week. It is believed to be similar to the current deal that expires at WrestleMania 29 in the sense that it is for a few dates and several $1 million. Now, Lesnar has not signed the contract yet, but word going around the back locker room is that there is a good chance he will sign. Some opponents have been linked to Lesnar in 2013, and some of those names include CM Punk and Randy Orton. Now, Orton versus Lesnar was also discussed for a 2012 feud, but those plans obviously had changed. Now, Lesnar versus Orton, I don't know. But if Orton is a heel, how is that going to work? Because I know that WWE is going to try and make Orton into a heel before WrestleMania to work with Sheamus. Now, will Brock work as a face if that happens? I don't know. I don't believe these reports, to be honest with you. I just think these are all rumors, and weak rumors at that. I know Lesnar is going to sign a contract. I just firmly believe that. He'll be a fool not to sign that contract back with WWE. If they're going to pay him $4 or $5 million to work half a year, that's Money in the Bank right there. Now, all I know is that if Lesnar resigns, it better include a feud with The Undertaker. I don't necessarily want to see Lesnar versus Punk either. Lesnar versus Ryback and Lesnar versus The Undertaker is what I would start off with come Brock Lesnar. I'd also try to include a feud with The Rock possibly, and maybe again John Cena because they did have one of the best matches of the year at Extreme Rules 2012. Monday Night Raw's rating guy was it was a pretty poor rating, 3.04. It averaged about 4.3 million viewers. This is down from last week, which drew a 3.185 with 4.55 million viewers. So that's obviously down. The show was piss poor, so I don't expect anything else from Raw. Also, guys, current plans call for Sunday's 30-man Royal Rumble match to feature 90-second intervals. However, this is going to be altered based on the pay-per-view's event's remaining time. Now, I am of the old-school mentality when it comes to WWE. I think they should just go back to the 2-minute intervals and build up an incredible story or several stories in the Rumble match instead of just flying through it in previous years. I hate when I have returning guys come back and they only last in the ring for 2 or 3 minutes. Diesel, Kevin Nash, and Booker T were introduced a few years back at the Royal Rumble. This year it's going to be possibly John Morrison, Shelton Benjamin. We have Carlito. I hate when those guys come back for one-off moments and they're only lasting like 2 or 3 minutes. I mean, this year looks like they're going to be building something along the lines of Dolph Ziggler coming in at number 1. And I know he will last to the end. Dolph Ziggler is going to be one of the last 4 guys in the ring. And it's always the case with scenarios like this. Rumble matches of old were amazing because the match itself built feuds for the coming months. Certain wrestlers have had feuds going on at the time of the match, or prior feuds were revisited in the Royal Rumble match. Now, the WWE needs to dedicate a generous chunk of their night on Sunday, and not just on Sunday. Every Rumble event, every year from hereafter, needs to have a generous chunk of time just committed to that Rumble match. It's why people order the show. It's the second biggest show in the year. Book it like it should be. If you guys missed my Rumble review, click on the annotation, and I preview all the matches on the card and give you my personal opinions on everything. And the final card for Sunday is as follows. Obviously, we have Rock versus Punk for the WWE title. We have Big Show versus Del Rio for the World Heavyweight title in a Last Man Standing match. We have Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow versus Kane and Daniel Bryan for the Tag Team Championship. I think there may be a Divas match thrown in there. I'm not sure right now. And obviously, the 30-man Royal Rumble match will headline the event. Now, also, guys, there are names right now that I'm not going to read through, but right now there is about 3 or 4 open spots. So we don't know who those spots are going to be going to. So we'll all be surprised when the event comes to a close on Sunday night. That is all I got for you guys. WWE news and rumors for this week. I hope you guys enjoy the Royal Rumble. I will be back tomorrow night after the event ends. Come directly to my channel. I will have a review posted up around 11:30, 12 midnight of my thoughts on the Royal Rumble 2013. I will give you results, reviews, opinions on everything that happened Sunday night. So be sure to check my channel on that, guys. Click that link and subscribe if you have not done so already. Hit that like button if you enjoyed my commentary and my thoughts and opinions. JD's out, guys. I will see you back tomorrow night. Let's go Punk and let's go Ziggler to win that Royal Rumble match. But if you guys listen to my Royal Rumble review, I think it's either going to be Ryback or most likely John Cena. I think John Cena is going to win the Royal Rumble because that's just the way things are going to go. There's no other choice but to have John Cena win the Royal Rumble. If you guys haven't seen my Royal Rumble review, like I said, click the link. I'll talk to you guys later, and I'm out. Peace.